All right, good morning. We're just finishing up this 6.7. Finally got all the parts. I'm just gonna show you how this VMAC all came apart and got returned back to a stock truck. So we had to obviously pick up a whole airbox assembly here, right? Have to get a battery box. You can see how nice and clean all this is. I decided I'd give it an antifreeze cleaning this morning. I pressured it up and everything was looking good. I went underneath. I found a couple of bypasses that we had put hose clamps on that needed a little jingle, and I gave that little quick connect. I gave everything a little pull and a shake, and kaboom, right? Full 15 psi antifreeze right in my face. But so that was fantastic. But yeah, it sure looks a lot cleaner anyways, eh? So this side, nothing really. Well, we put a new boost tube on there. We got one of those from the wreckers too. That's kind of the problematic cold side one. We had this whole side apart to replace that Hydro Boost back in there. We got that done, all the wiring out of the way, and we cleaned up this intercooler real nice. We weren't able to get a new fan stator, so we pieced back together the old one. Got new hoses for the secondary system, replaced the secondary water pump. It had an ear was broke off of it when the VMAC failed. So we got a nice new water pump on there, and that EGR's out of the way. So it's yeah, quite a bit different. Like I said, like a real truck. And this is our pile here of all the stuff that came off of it, all the hoses that came out of it. And that battery box had its own windshield washer bottle and everything all on it, and glow plug relay mount, and batteries in their correct location. That big beast is out of there. Tank is off from the side. There's the lovely compressor, probably weighs about 100 pounds. That thing probably, I don't know if it's 100 pounds, but either which way, right? You know, I'm sure in total we've got a couple of 100 pounds, maybe even 300-400 pounds of weight off of this truck. So now we're just gonna put these inner fenders back in after we get a successful pressure test. I can see I'm missing one hose clamp. Where we did some other bypass work. So it actually never leaked out of there, but in the process of cleaning all the antifreeze up, I noticed it. So we'll try not to repeat that. Yeah, you know, it's definitely a lot cleaner. Even this was relocated. There was like a bracket to move this over so it wouldn't infringe and all that sort of stuff. So we got that all put back together where it's supposed to be, the hood strut. And we fired it up. It runs great. The power steering works really nice. That it's full of fluid, and the Hydro Boost is working. I imagine we'll get some braking improvements out of that too. So yeah, wasn't all that monstrously big of a mess, really. You know, hopefully too we have good airflow now. We were having troubles with the filter minder going off just because of the crazy bends and routing and restrictions and everything like that. We've got this sealed up down here now, good. So I'm thinking that it's gonna make a big difference anyways. It was a lot of labor, you know. I haven't tallied up all the hours yet, but I imagine we're gonna be in that 30 range, 40 maybe even, to tear all this stuff down and fix all the little problems, everything like that it had. But nonetheless, right, it fired up great, and we're gonna get her out for a test drive once these inner fenders are on. Maybe add a few more zip ties. Make sure we have to do a few modifications to get this battery system all to work, because they hacked a bunch of that all apart. So we'll tidy a little bit of that up. We've got to get a mount yet. That didn't come with it, so I want to make sure these batteries are secured. That side, I think I've got it here. And yeah, this gentleman should have his truck rolling again today.